Here we are on a Tuesday night, very late, my fault. Was a little busy with the wife earlier on, and Mary very kindly said that she would do the accountability call later on today because we had a business presentation as well. But I want to dive straight on in because I hear there may be some good news. So I'm going to bring on the line regional consultant Mary Wine. Are you there, Mary?
Yes, I am, Richard.
Fantastic. How are you, my lovely?
I am doing just wonderful.
And it's 11:30 at night. Now that's an accountability call. All right. So let's. So what's been happening today?
So today has been a very fruitful day. I think this is the example where I realize as long as I'm doing something in the right direction, that it's okay if I get off track a little bit. And what I mean by that is that I was only able to do one invitation today, or attempt to do one invitation today, but because I had the extra one in yesterday, and then I had two people who were supposed to come to the business presentation, all in all, I wound up with some very good results.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second, but I want to hear your results.
Yes, so I actually signed a consultant this evening.
Woo!
Yes, it was Chris from yesterday's setup, so that was great.
Well, there you go. So that's a real bonus. Again, we always talk about the result for us is getting someone to look at the plan, and they will either join or they won't. Of course, we love it when they join, so that is great. Congratulations, my lovely. That was fantastic. Who helped you with the three-way today?
So I just did I showed him the video at lunchtime and after the presentation, the business presentation this evening, and he agreed to that. And it was just a lock. It worked out well.
That's fantastic. Congratulations, Chloe. That's really good. That's really good. So we always like that. And so, okay, well, let's there's not much to say about that other than well done. I love it when a plan works out. That's great. Obviously, a great invite. Excuse me. Great presentation, obviously, at lunchtime. And then obviously a second, the validation at the business presentation tonight, obviously all went perfectly. And isn't it interesting that when it goes well and goes according to plan, how simple it is?
Yes, it really is. And one of the things, when I showed the plan, I was actually a little bit in a hurry. And I knew that he would have a lot of questions. And English is not his first language, so those conversations are much better in person. And so I used the situation where, hey, I got to get right back to work because I do this part-time, and I don't let it interfere with my real job. But if you come to the business presentation meeting tonight, I will make sure all your questions get answered. That worked for him.
You. That's great posturing. That's really taking control of the situation. I think I really respect that. I think he probably really was kind of like, wow, this is a girl who knows what she wants. That's great. Well done. Sound like you nailed that one.
Yep, I think so. Thank you.
All right. So how did your invitation go?
So my invitation, the attempted invitation was to Lisa. I didn't get her. I tried calling a couple times, and I don't think we talked about leaving messages before.
Okay.
But so I just left her a message saying, after the second call, I just said, hey, it's really odd that you went straight to voicemail. Got me a little concerned. Can you give me a call back? Just, for 2 or 3 minutes as soon as you get a chance, and kind of left it at that. Then I got a text message from her, and she said, yes, she had a medical situation today and was recovering from that, and she said, you know, I'm on my way home from the doctor or hospital, and I'm going to go right to bed, but I will call you in the morning before 11.
Okay.
So that's kind of, you know, it wasn't the actual invitation, but that was the one where we just needed to have the conversation and say, hey, you know, right now it's time to get on board. And so I'll be able to have that conversation tomorrow.
All right. There's a couple of things that I want to talk about real quick about these, and I'm going to go in reverse order. Let's address the Lisa situation first.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm still recovering from this gosh darn cough. I wish it would go away. Anyway, yeah, as far as leaving messages are concerned, no problem leaving messages, but never any details. The first one is, hey, this is Mary. I've got something I want to talk to you about. Give me a call. Second one is, assuming she didn't get the first one, hey, Lisa, this is Mary again. Left you a message earlier on, didn't hear back from you. And then the third one is the one where I would have concern, which you did on the second one. That's perfectly fine. Saying, hey, I've left you a couple of messages I haven't heard, and I'm a little worried. Is everything okay? And that's genuine. That's not, you know, and unfortunately, because you were genuine today, you're absolutely right. She had a medical situation and called you back, and it was very nice and very respectful for you, you know, the way you left the message the way you did. If you hadn't got a response on the first, second, or third call, by the fourth, maybe fifth, but probably by the fourth call, I'd be like, hey, I've been trying to reach out to you, left you a couple of messages. I haven't heard back. I'm really kind of busy right now. There is something I need to talk to you about, but I don't want to chase you. As and when you get this message, give me a call. And there's a couple of reasons why and then I would purge them to call them back in like 3 months. Reason why is I don't want to constantly be chasing someone like the loser boyfriend who's just lost his girlfriend, you know, because the price you pay is not worth the reward you get. The reward you get, that person may be someone you're going to be signing up. But if they've avoided 4 of your calls, then there's a pretty good reason why that is. She called you back on your third call because there was a genuine reason. You're back in touch and you're perfectly good. But if someone keeps avoiding your calls, you are losing the power. You're losing some posture, and it's bringing you down. And that's a too big a price for the possibility that on the other end they may become a consultant. We are only going to push them back to maybe a 3-month, you know, callback, drip list, whatever. Could be 1 month or 2 months if you want to, if you feel more comfortable about that. But we don't really go beyond 4 calls. Otherwise, it starts becoming, as I say, a little bit too desperate. And the one thing we don't want to be is desperate. Remember, we only need 3 consultants. So we don't have to chase everyone. We want the people who are, you know, who are going to be interested to at least take a look, or people who are really praying for this. So my first point was you did great. Leaving the messages as you did, that was great. She obviously got your message, texted you back, and so that was a genuine case of being concerned. She called you back. Perfect, you're back on track. But again, if you get to 4, maybe 5 calls, then the last message is, hey, you know, I've left you 4 messages. I'm real busy right now. There is something I want to talk to you about, but I don't want to keep chasing you. So when you get this message, give me a call back. If they're genuinely, you know, they missed all those calls and they genuinely are good people, they'll call you back. If they're still not going to call you back after a message like that, then, you know, you purge them. Clear your plate so you've got space for new names to come in who will take your call. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. And the second thing was what you said earlier on in the call, which was what you came to realize was just by doing, you know, a little bit, you know, even if you get off track for a day or whatever, it doesn't matter because what you did yesterday kept you going. And this is absolutely, you hit the nail right on the head as to why so many people quit this business is because what you've been doing, even though we've just kind of got started with this, is we're doing 2 calls, 2 invites a day and 1 accountability call every day, you know, and you only got 1 in today, but you got 3 in yesterday, and maybe you'll get back to 2 or 3 possibly tomorrow. But the point is you're doing something every day, persistent, consistent effort over time, and we narrow that down to exactly what that is, 2 2 invitations, 1 presentation, one accountability call every day. And if you just do that every day, even if you get people telling you no, even if you have people who are not interested in taking a look, if you just keep doing it every day, I promise and guarantee you will have success to the level of at least EC. You just will. You don't even have to be the best inviter. You don't have to be the best presenter. You just will find people who are praying for an opportunity like this. So for those of you who are listening to this call, you keep hearing me talking about the silver bullet. Well, Mary nailed it on the beginning of this call because she's just doing a little bit and never failing each day. And if she missed a day, she'd make up for it the next day. That is why she will be successful. The fact she also has talent, the fact she also has posture, the fact she also has a strong why is all a bonus, but it's not the reason. The reason Mary will be successful is because she's doing what she needs to do every day, 30 to 40 minutes a day, 2 invitations, 1 accountability call. That is the silver bullet. The rest are all nice little silver bullets that decorate it, but that's the one. And Mary, you absolutely identified exactly what this is all about, and that's why you're going to have some success. So I kind of got on my soapbox a little bit there, but I'm so passionate about it. I just truly believe that is the silver bullet. A little bit, consistent effort every day. All right, did you want to do just 1 invite tonight, or are you a little tired and we'll do some tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll do 1.
Okay, let's pick on 1. Who did you want to do?
So I just drafted out something for Bob. I know I'm not going through these in the order that I gave them to you, but...
Hey, that's no problem, lovely. Tell me a little bit about Bob.
So Bob is a property manager, I know for sure, and I believe he's a real estate agent as well. There was a storm last year, and the fence line between myself and my neighbor fell down, and he's the property manager over there. But I was actually the one who took the initiative to try to, get the fence replaced, and so I reached out to him in order to work on that. So we don't have a close relationship, but I thought I would leverage that little encounter and kind of incorporated some of the things that I've learned, the past day or so with you. So
sure, okay. So why do you want Bob in your business? There's obviously we want people in our business, but we're aiming for people who are going to build the business with us. What is it that attracts you to Bob?
Well, he's definitely a property manager, so anybody moving in and out of a property that he would manage would be a possible, customer or consultant opportunity.
Right.
When I dealt with him, he seemed to be a very fast-thinking, conscientious, decisive person. And so I like that about him. And just, I guess at this point I'm looking everywhere for people who, just might have a business drive.
Sure.
And a desire to make money. And so he was just one of the people who came to mind.
Okay, that's great. So based upon that, have you got any thoughts about how you'd like to approach him, or did you want me to kind of give you some ideas?
So I have some thoughts, and I can share it with you. So again, because we don't have a great relationship, my approach is direct. So it's like, oh, hi, Bob. My name is Mary Wine. I hope you remember me because I definitely remember you. Remember last year after that big storm? I took the initiative to coordinate the fence replacement on the property line between my home and the home you manage on Carmichael Street. I remember that you were extremely professional, decisive, and a real pleasure to work with. I only have a few moments right now, but I wanted to schedule a brief meeting with you to share some details about my latest income-generating project, which I'm truly enjoying. It does not conflict with my full-time job. I work on it part-time, I work on it on my schedule, and I work on it as much or as little as I want. I think there's tremendous synergies with the work you are already doing, so I would like to meet you for coffee first thing Thursday or Friday morning at the Starbucks by the property. Which day works better for you?
Awesome. A good invite, just a little too long. Everything's in there. You were in a hurry. You're excited. You talked about synergy. That's the approach I would have taken. But the whole thing's a little too long and a little too salesy. I would trim it back a little bit. It sounded like you were kind of, selling a little bit. At the end of the day, we're not trying to get him to join. We're trying to get him to take a look. So I really liked all the details were in there. That was great. But it was probably 30 to 40 seconds, and that's too long for this particular invite. So I would focus on the synergy. I'd say, hey Bob, I'm in a little bit of a hurry right now. I've only got a minute, but I've been meaning to give you a call. And if you remember who I am, I remember when we had the storms and the fence fell down, and I called you and we got the fence sorted out. And he'll say, yeah, I remember you. And you say, well, okay, I've been meaning to give you a call because I've got a business project I'm working on right now, and I believe there's a lot of synergy between what you're doing and what I'm doing. So we need to get together for some coffee so we can see if there's any mutual advantage from that perspective. So whether that wording is good or not for you, I was trying to illustrate the amount of time that I would take.
Right.
I would focus on the business synergy. I'd keep it direct. I would keep it talking quite business-like. I'd like you to take a look at what I'm doing because we have a lot of synergy in our business. And it may be something you either want to get involved with or that you can refer people to me with. I don't know if it's going to be your cup of tea, and that's perfectly fine, but what are you doing on Friday at such and such, or, such and such after work? If he's a property manager, he's probably working on Saturdays, so, so he'll probably meet you after 6 or Sunday or something like that. But I would cut the invite back a little bit.
Yep.
So I'd be in a hurry. Remind him who you are. Say I've been meaning to get in touch with you because I was actually very impressed when we worked together by your professionalism. And I have a business that I'm working on right now that I believe will have a lot of synergy with what you're doing right now. The fact that you're working it alongside your current business and this type of thing is a little bit too much information.
Yep.
You can talk about that in the presentation when you get together. So, he can understand that, in the last 5 items, it says, that one of the reasons why you can do this business is it's a service, not a product. And then the second one is it's part-time. So you'll cover it in the business presentation, so you don't need it in the invite. It's kind of gilding the lily a little bit. It's already a great invite, so let's cut some of the fat off. Mm-hmm. So be in a hurry, remind him who you are. I've been meaning to meet with you because I remember how impressed I was with you when we were working together. Tell him you have a business or a project you're working on right now that you believe has a lot of synergy between what he's doing and what you're doing. And it may be something that he wants to get involved with. If not, then certainly he can be referring you to people. Whether it may or may not be his cup of tea, and that's perfectly fine. But when can we get together? Let's look at Friday afternoon or Sunday or whatever it is. So I would trim the fat down to just that. And again, I'll be recording this, so I'll put this up and record. Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense. And I was just sitting typing some stuff down, and as I started going through, I was like, I already knew. So I'm picking it up, Richard.
Yeah. Oh, I know you are. And the great thing was that you did a great job because everything was all in there. But there was more than you needed. It was gilding the lily. You had a great invite, but there was just too much stuff that you need to save. You need to save until the presentation. So I'm sure you're writing some notes. But again, I'll try and make sure I get this posted up tonight, so it'll be there for you for tomorrow. But that'll be great. So anything else you wanted to ask me about or discuss tonight?
No, I think that's it. I'll get a couple invites in tomorrow and hopefully get some patient scheduled and go from there.
Fantastic. Well, a great day today. So, we actually got someone from this Purge week actually signed up as consultants. So for those listening in, it works. You've heard what Mary has to say about it. So congratulations, Mary. That's a great day. I'm very proud of you. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you for your coaching. Oh, there's one other thing.
Yes.
I also secured my accountability partner too. So.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
You want to tell me who it is?
Sure. Jared. Jared's going to work with me. Yeah.
You are kidding me.
No.
You've got the best in the business who's going to be your accountability partner?
Yes, sir.
That is awesome, because I know he really likes the Purge calls as well, and he understands how the whole thing works, so that's great. So make sure when you get him tied down to a specific time and make sure he's tough on you. Give him permission to be your accountability partner, because we'll have you at SC and EC in no time if you carry on doing it at this rate. I promise you and guarantee it. Money back guarantee.
All right.
All right, my lovely. Well, thank you again so much. Again, congratulations. Have a great rest of the night. Thank you for being patient, because it is very late. I really do appreciate it, and I'll speak to you tomorrow night.
Okay, thank you. Have a great night.
All right, lovely. See you soon. And you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.